Don't you Wednesday. If you can tell, I'm not in my usual car. That's because on April 21st, a deer ran out on me and messed up my front bumper. It got towed yesterday, right? Got towed yesterday, so I'm in my mother-in-law's car. She's the goat for letting me borrow her car. But we are on our way to go DoorDash. So the last video I believe I did, or it was the one prior, I told you guys that we were moving to Charleston. We're still planning on doing that, and I was gonna wait to get a job at a gym. Pause. Wait to get a job at a gym down there, up there. Don't quote me on geographics right now. I don't know. But I actually put in an application at my gym that I'm at right now. So fingers crossed I hear back from them. Because I feel like it would be good to get my feet in the water of how it is to work at a gym and then go from there. I'm on my way to the spot now to start getting orders while door dashing. But I am so mad about my car. The only reason why it happened is my brother asked me to pick him up from his house and head to his house at 4 in the morning so I can take him to New Jersey. He's a fisherman. Or he's a captain. Does something like that. And so I left my house. I was 5 minutes from my house. And it was like 4:10 that this happened. And I saw a deer on the left-hand side, started slowing down, and on the right-hand side there's trees, and I guess, and it knocked me out. I'll insert some pictures so you guys see what's going on. But as you know, insurance is insurance, so we're still waiting on that. It's been so weird not to have my baby. Like, I love my car so much. And I miss it. And I can't wait for it to be fixed. I have never been in an accident. I have never hit a deer before until that day. Like, I am a good driver. Like, don't let other people tell you, because apparently I scare other people when I drive or make them sick. But I'm a good driver. I have not had an accident, never been in a fender bender, nothing. Until that morning, I tried to do something good and nice for my brother, and Karma's like, it's not even karma, I don't even know what it would be. Just kicked me in my butt. I wasn't scared or anything. Like, I didn't like have a panic attack or anything like that. I just, after the incident, I parked, put my hazards on, I called my husband. He said take pictures. I took pictures. And then he took me to meet my brother so I can drive his truck to New Jersey. First time ever driving in New Jersey, and I drove a truck. Mind you, I know how to drive trucks. But but in New Jersey, that was a little weird. Because we all, I feel like people know how New Jersey people drive, and plus they're like, they don't have left hand, is it right hand? They don't have left hand turns, so they have to like go to the side and go, I don't know, it's weird. I made it home, safe and sound, nothing wrong with this truck, everything good. Except my car. My car got kicked in its ass, but essentially it wasn't its ass, it was its front bumper, but it's all good. Today we have a dentist appointment. Forgot to say that. We have a dentist appointment at 1. I'm gonna get more fillings done. That's a whole story. My old dentist, like, I try to keep pretty good on my, like, up with my teeth, because I always think my teeth are yellow, and I've always had some issues with my teeth. Like, not always had issues. Pause. Let me rephrase. I've always had sensitive gums, and because of that, I used to not floss, so I started water picking. Anyway, I've gotten really good at taking care of my teeth, but for a while, I did have a really big sweet tooth, so I ate a lot of sweets, and when I drink energy drinks, I don't drink it, like chug it. I sip on it because I actually like energy drinks. And my old dentist that I went to, not to be a bitch, but they sucked because I could tell there was something wrong. Like, I could tell that I had a cavity or something because my teeth were bothering me. And they're like, oh, you're just sensitive because you haven't seen us in a while. Like, what? And, so I started going to a new dentist. They did the full checkup, x-rays, everything, just to see what was going on. Found a bunch of cavities, mind you. And my last dentist, I would schedule, it would be 6 months of cleaning. The last year, I think I had 2 appointments scheduled and they kept canceling on me, and then I moved to Texas, came back to schedule a new appointment with my old dentist, had it scheduled, they canceled on me. So I was like, I need to go to the dentist, I need to get my teeth cleaned, plus I have a receding gum problem, which I'm getting fixed. I'm gonna be setting up an appointment with whatever it's called, gum specialist. And so my old dentist just kept canceling on me, and I didn't like that because I'm very keen on my teeth. I like to get this all figured out. Like, I've had the muscle clip that connects your gum and your lip together, and then I was going to have a skin graft done 2 years ago. Ended up not doing it. Now I definitely need it done. So that's hopefully that's gonna be on the books soon. But yeah, I love my new dentist. They found all the cavities. We're getting everything filled. I had one last month. I had 2 fillings last month. I have 2 that are gonna be filled today. And I just love them. Like, I used to hate the dentist. Like, I would be clenching my hands together. I would be almost in tears. Like, I said I'd rather get this is extreme, but I would always say that I'd rather get my arm or leg amputated before going to the dentist. Like, I was just always so sensitive, and my old dentist didn't care about the sensitivity. They just but my new dentist, they'll the first cleaning I ever had with them, they put numbing gel around my gums, cleaned everything. It was just very nice and very business professional, which I really liked. So with that note, I will be back when it's closer to our appointment time. Alright, so it is 12:30 right now. I just ended my dash to head to our dentist appointment. You're coming with me. You're getting cavities filled too. If you didn't know that, you are. But no, I'm on my way to my appointment to go to the dentist to get these babies fixed. I'm gonna see if they'll let me record while I'm in there. Not sure, but I'm gonna try. Influencer out in the wild, just recording her getting her cavities filled. Not sure if they'll let me, but I'll see. But yeah, so after, I should have ate my granola before. I didn't think about that. I'll have to save my granola once my face isn't numb. I'll probably just eat my PB&Js because that'll be simple, because my mouth is going to be numb and I don't want to chew on my cheeks. So yeah, didn't think about that. I'm not too hungry right now, so it's fine. I should be able to wait. I should be able to, gosh, Haley, speak. Use your words. I should be able to wait to have the granola until after I eat my PB&Js, because the PB&Js will keep me filled for a while, I guess. I don't know. My brain is not functioning today. I have word throw up today. I guess that's the way you would say it. I don't know. I've been rambling and not mumbling, but my words are getting all jumbled up. Like, I was picking up an order from Wawa, and the one guy was like, oh, we don't have these. He was like, I don't really know what I'm looking for. So it was energy drinks, mind you. I'm an expert on energy drinks. So I go over there. They were out of the one flavor he wanted, and then I found the Monster Java Mean Bean or whatever, found that. So I called the customer. It's like, hey, they're out of the flavor you want. What do you want? He goes, doesn't matter. So I picked him out the strawberry burst or whatever. And then I handed him to the guy, a different guy that works there. And I was like, this is the Monster energy drink he wanted. And then they didn't, and I just couldn't get the words out. I was like, the out of the flavor, but he's like, you called the customer, figured out a flavor you want? I'm like, yes, thank you for understanding what I was trying to say, but couldn't get it out of my mouth. And he was just laughing at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that's how it is on a daily basis for me, because the words form faster in my head than they spit out. And I literally said, hold on, pause. I don't know why, but I love to say pause now. That's just been my thing. I was like, pause. And then he was like, you contacted the customer? I'm like, yep. We're all good. He was like, okay, cool. And then I went and delivered the order. Because I'm just an amazing delivery driver. It's funny to see how life is. Because I went from being an office manager to now door dashing. But it's okay because I like door dashing since it gives me the time to be able to pursue what I want to do, since I'm trying to get into more of the fitness and wellness genre of working. So, and like I said earlier, I'm just rambling, I'm sorry. But like I said earlier, I put in an application at the gym I go to, so fingers crossed I hear back from them. But let's go and head in. I have to pee, so I'm gonna use the bathroom when I get in there. Keys first. When I said that, it reminded me of got pen. No, I have pen. I have apple. What's that thing? You know what I'm talking about. I have a pen. I have an apple. Whatever. You know. Should I try and take my tripod in? Would it fit in my purse without being discreet? No. We're not going to be that crazy. I need to lock the car. Look, it's so nice out. Hi there. I have an appointment at 1 o'clock.
What's your name? Nice warm day out there.
Oh yeah, you said sign right here?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, sign there, and then just the page behind it.
It feels weird to adult, you know, like coming to the dentist without your parents. Like, I'm about to be 24 years old, And I still get anxiety about coming to doctors and dentists. But it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so we just got done with the 2 fillings. It is 2:04, so it was an hour exactly. My mouth is numb, and I don't know if you can tell. Hold on. God, look at this, look at this. Do you see that? I feel hilarious. Like, I can feel it. Like, when I was talking to him about it, I felt like he was just looking at my lip. Cause like, why is it doing that? But I have 4 more that I need to get done. So the next appointment, my makeup is all, I gotta figure that out. Not the best day to wear makeup because he had water, his hands all in my mouth, my cheeks getting spreaded apart. That sounded wrong. Does it look bad? I don't even know if I'll be able to fix it, but fuck it. But now it's time to get back to work. Why have I not started the car yet? It's hot as hell. And I'm over here just chilling in the heat. We'll be going to the gym soon. Yay! Stop. Don't look. You can't look. Not allowed to look. Period. Alright, I haven't gotten an order yet, but I am on my way. I am on my way to Walgreens to get some like a powder foundation and a brush so I can blend this back out because my makeup got messed up. And I don't want to be looking crazy for the rest of the day. And if I go to the gym, you know, like my lip is already enough. Can't have the foundation looking like I'm actually crazy. So like this side's fine. It's because it was all on this side. Period. Oh, and they said I could take pictures in there, but I couldn't film due to like HIPAA violation in case someone heard something else, which is totally understandable. And I wasn't gonna be like, well, I can mute it. It wasn't worth it. Plus my phone was like on 30%, so. Influencer in the wild. Walgreens. Here we are. Let's go. Okay, so we're in here. Oh, here we go. I use the Fit Me Maybelline. think this should be fine. I think so. It's fine. We don't need any nails because I don't need to be spending more money. Thank you. I just need makeup brushes. Those are loud. Oh, just... Should I do the mini brush or should I do the pack? No, it's the same thing. Just do this. Time to check out Haley. Because girl, I got a spending issue sometimes, but it's fine. Okay, let's get this. Turn on the car because we need some AC. It came with a little. Oh, wow. Wow. Let me put that down. Wow. Phenomenal. This is the same color as my liquid foundation, so I'm gonna be very insecure about my lip right now. Just gonna be honest. And I don't have, I'll just have to put regular chapstick on. I think just keep blending, just keep blending. I'm probably putting on way too much. I think you can see the watermark of where my foundation came off from me putting water on my face, because I literally had water drip down. I think that's what that is. But I think that's better. Just put chapstick on because my lipstick has vanished. Feels so weird. Do you see that? Why does it keep going this way? I don't know. Cool. I feel pretty again. I feel pretty again. Alright, so I just dropped my last order off. Now we're done dashing for the day. I mentally can't do it anymore. I'm too tired. And so I am heading to the gym. I'm going to be meeting my husband there, and we have legs today. So I will be back once we're closer to the gym because I'm like 30 minutes away. Alright, so we just got to the gym. Time to, well, first I'm gonna pop a Tylenol or Advil or something because this is sore. If you can tell, it might be getting a little bit better, but my lip. But it is time to go inside and get changed. I'll see you in the locker room. Alright, so we just got into the locker room. It is time to get dressed. We are all ready. This is the fit for tonight. Let's go ahead and kill these legs. just finished our leg workout. This is how I'm looking right now. Alright, do I want tan? Do I not want tan? I'm too tired. I don't feel like tanning. But look, my lip has gotten better. So that's good. Mood because I just had an amazing workout. But now it's time to go home and relax and make some dinner. And we're making shrimp and rice. I'll say this.